If you spend enough time in any major Baltic city, you might just see groups of men walking around the town with buzz cuts speaking something other than the local language. And in most cases, these groups of guys are soldiers from a foreign military who might have some time off from training and duties. So for those who aren't yet familiar with what's going on, let's look at the foreign militaries present across Lithuania, Estonia, and Latvia. So the short story is that many of these soldiers from non-Baltic countries are here as part of a deterrence force established by the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, otherwise known as NATO. So what are they deterring? Well, they're essentially positioned in the region to prevent what happened in Ukraine from happening in the Baltics. This deployment of NATO forces began in 2017 and is known as EFP, or Enhanced Forward Presence. Agreed upon by NATO members in 2016, this was essentially a response to Vladimir Putin's annexation of Crimea.
But we see a more assertive Russia, a Russia which has significantly increased its military presence in this region, which has invested heavily in defense military for many years, a Russia which has been willing to use military force against a neighbor, against Ukraine, and also against Georgia.
While we will only look at these forces in the Baltics in today's video, it's also worth noting there's a multinational unit in Poland as well. In Bulgaria, Hungary, Romania, and Slovakia, new battle groups are currently being set up as a response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Each of these countries has a battle group led by what is known as a framework nation. In addition to the main framework country, each battle group has multinational forces from other contributing nations to boost numbers and support. Each battle group consists of soldiers who are there to reinforce the militaries of the host countries. So what's the situation in the Baltics? Well, starting at the top, in Estonia, the framework nation is the United Kingdom, with Denmark, France, and Iceland as contributing nations. These troops are stationed at the Tapa Army Base, 94 kilometers east of Tallinn. In Latvia, the framework nation is Canada, which is supported by Albania, the Czech Republic, Italy, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Poland, Slovakia, Slovenia, and Spain. The forces in Latvia are stationed at Camp Adazi, 28 kilometers northeast of Riga. And finally, Lithuania's EFP battle group is led by German forces and supported by the contributing nations of Belgium, the Czech Republic, Iceland, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and Norway. Forces in Lithuania are stationed at Rukla, around 100 kilometers northwest of Vilnius. It's also worth noting that US battalions of approximately 500 troops have been rotating to train in Lithuania since 2019. LRT also notes that between 2014 and 2017, company-size units of around 200 US troops were stationed in Lithuania. Seemingly outside of NATO's EFP structure, Lithuania has been trying to get permanent US military presence in the country for years. I'm not sure if there's anything similar in Latvia or Estonia. But when it comes to NATO EFPs, every battle group rotates through every 6 months. This is because NATO has a long-standing agreement with Russia not to station allied troops in Eastern Europe on a permanent basis. At a NATO summit in June 2022, the alliance agreed to allocate brigade-sized units to all 3 Baltic states. This is an increase from the current 1,000 troops up to 3,000 to 5,000 personnel per country. Again, this is a response to the invasion of Ukraine. So with this latest news, residents of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania can probably expect to see a lot more foreigners with shaved heads touring the cities on the weekend, in addition to uniformed military members hanging around at airports waiting to pick up their colleagues. For those living in the Baltics, does this foreign military presence give you a sense of reassurance about your country's security? Why or why not? Share your thoughts by leaving a comment. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.